All right, folks, good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Anthony Williams. As you all know, I'm joining you from the Peace Island 540 community right here in the Congo town area, where demolition and road expansion is taking place this morning. Now, as you all may know, there is a massive construction of two overpass bridges along the Congo town area. One, of course, from the SD Cooper Road that's going to be landing around the Ministry of Health area. And there's another one that starts from the former Unity Party, in fact, now Unity Party headquarters, and then goes beyond as far as the Musi Spot area. And so to create detour and also create access to roads and accessibility, the Ministry of Public Works and the government of Liberia, of course, have decided to work on feeder roads that will ensure that will help to decongest traffic while the construction of this mega project continues within the Congo town area. As you all may know, if you are already aware by now that there are lots of detours that are being created within the Congo town area. I'll bring you up to speed on some of them, where they are all located and how it's being done. But currently, as we speak, I'm in the 540 community area where demolition is taking place. As you can see behind me, the folks are carrying out what I can call self-demolition. They're breaking down their structures themselves. They're removing the zinc, they're removing the wood. They're breaking down the portion of their houses that are in the right-of-way of the construction and the expansion of the 540 road. Now, this particular route that we stand on currently was paved in like a year or two back. In fact, 3 years ago, if correct me if I'm wrong, but this particular road is already paved. But to ensure that a detour can be created from within the 72nd Boulevard area, the government will have to link that 72nd Boulevard road that drives through the swamp within the neighborhood called the Paco Island neighborhood, that's right behind the residence of former President Charles Taylor. And it's going to cross the swamp and come here in the 540 community area, and to ensure a free flow of traffic can continue. So if you look right here, these are some of the structures that are being brought down. This shop is being brought down. As you can see, this entire structure will be removed. Now, what the Ministry of Public Works is doing is not to only maintain the previous size that the road has, they want to ensure that they can enlarge the road and make it like 4 lanes. So for that reason, they're breaking down structures, they're bringing down homes that are in the right of way of the construction of the project. So wherever you're watching from, we'd like to say thanks for watching and thanks for joining us, and give us a feedback in the comment section as you're watching us. But we stay here in the 540 area. Now, the Ministry of Public Works zoning department is already here this morning. Let me take you a little closer and show you some of the structures that are being brought down here in the 540 Peace Island community. If you can see right here across the road, this entire business center is going to be removed to ensure that the road can be enlarged. Also, not necessarily to enlarge the road, but for safety concerns, you can have residents or homes clustered or very closer to the road, so they have to push some of the structures back to ensure the work can move on smoothly. Now, the zoning department from the Ministry of Public Works, they're already here this morning. They've been doing this work for days now. It's been a few days now since they started. You must have seen videos of them trying to dry the swamp up and connect Paco Island with Peace Island to create a detour. So they've started breaking down structures. But let's go there quickly and show you as the work continues this morning here in the Peace Island area. Let's just take a walk where the machine is currently working, so you have a glimpse of what we're talking about for yourselves. Bye-bye. So you're seeing the demolition that's taking place on the homes here. If you look on the left side, just focus on the homes, please. Focus on the homes. So also this giant size structure has also been cut into half. It has been reduced already to create space for the construction. Now, right behind me here is the Ministry of Public Works zoning department. As you can see behind me, if you look closer, the machines are busy working this morning and breaking down structures. They also do half of them police officers who are assigned to ensure that this process can smoothly move on. So the work continues, folks. This morning we just wanted to show you. We'll have a few words just to have some, a few words with some of the engineers that are on the ground to tell us what the entire infrastructure outlook of the road will look like. But also you are seeing the kind of structures that have been built here, just to determine or to also let you know that the residents of this neighborhood are squatters, and so some of the structures they've built are not like very permanent structures. They've built what I can consider as makeshift structures, or as you may know, the famous dirt to dirt or dirt black kind of construction is what they've done. So the homes are being brought down easily by the excavator here in the Peace Island area. So where you're watching from, we would love you to leave your comment. If you live here on Peace Island, what do you make of this particular process that's ongoing? Residents or homes are being brought down, but what do you make of this particular process? A lot of folks will say this is purposely meant for development, and of course others will say to accept development you have to accept the pain that it comes with. So the Jesus Family Ministries International School right here in the Congo Town area is being brought down. As you can see, if you've lived here before, you will know this particular structure. It's been brought down. But as the demolition continues, we want to take a walk ahead and just show you some of the road work that has been going on. Let's just go ahead quickly and just show some of the digging that's taking place. Then we can come back quickly and continue with the demolition itself. So we show you the demolition, but just have a glimpse on your right hand here and see some of the structures that have been demolished as the construction work continues. Now, this is the portion that has the swammy part of the road where they're doing a lot of digging. They're putting a lot of dirt, putting huge, giant-sized rocks, to dry up the swamp and then create that connection between both neighborhoods. So this place is actually called an island because it's obviously an island. I mean, it's completely surrounded by swamp. If you just look across on the other hand and just zoom in a little bit, you'll notice that this particular neighborhood is surrounded by water. You're seeing the swamp there far ahead of you. So there are other neighborhoods that are in this particular vicinity, but it's a complete swamp surrounded by water, so that's why it's called Peace Island. And then the next door neighborhood is also called Baku Island, hugely surrounded by rocks and the swamp. Of course, the river from the 72nd Boulevard end, if you know the famous 72nd Boulevard Road, where the swamp is. And how these two roads, or how this particular place is going to get connected, is through the Jongbese end. If you know where they have the Jongbese Resort, exactly in that particular location, that's where the road will be branching off. So that means if you want to make your way to town to avoid being obstructed by the construction that's taking place within the Congo Town area for the overpass bridges, you will just have to drive through the police academy and then come as far as the SKD Boulevard Road, and you will just cross the road, drive into where they have the Jongbese Resort. That's where the actual road is headed, and then you can make your way straight here where you are seeing the construction taking place currently. Exactly, and then you will just drive here and then drive back on the main road and drive at the Red Valley Johnson Salif Ministerial Complex, drive into the old road area. Into the old road area, there's also massive work going on where the engineers are paving some of the the feeder roads that are in between the homes there also. Chief, you want to signal him so we just pass and then we can come back, please? You want to signal him for us so he can let us pass? We just want to pass. Thank you very much. He has agreed. So we'll just pass by. You're seeing him. He's doing quite a magnificent work here. There's this giant size structure right here. Thank you very much. There's this giant size structure right here. He has divided it into two halves. So that's some massive work. Now, speaking of the swamp that I told you of, if you look there and just zoom in a little bit, you'll see the swamp. That's the swamp right there. So the work continues, and now we're heading towards the giant size hill where both communities, are divided. So let's go so we can show you quickly just ahead of us where both communities are divided, so you have a glimpse of what I'm talking about. But currently, we are on Peace Island, and we're here at the edge of Peace Island, and you're seeing these giant size trucks working on a daily basis, tirelessly, of course, piling out dirt and taking dirt down the hill, and of course to link both neighborhoods. So now you see one of the trucks there. If you can just focus on one of the trucks, it's taking dirt from up the hill. The excavator will load the dirt into the truck, and then the truck will take the dirt down right beneath the hill. We're going to try our best and see if we can go down there and show you. You can? Okay, come, let's do it right here. Try to zoom in from there. So folks, you're looking, can you just zoom in from there? So if you look down, you're noticing from down the engineers are pouring dirt, at the drainage there. You're seeing the water, if you can see the water there. So the neighborhood that is just ahead of you there, right above there, that's Paco Island. That's the neighborhood that has the home of former President Charles Taylor. So that particular neighborhood is called Paco Island. So basically what they're doing now is they're drying up the swamp, the portion of the swamp that links both neighborhoods. They're drying up that entire portion. Then, well, I'm not an engineer, but it appears they will create covers to ensure they can divert the water, because I'm seeing some covers right on the ground, right by the side there. I'm seeing some covers on the ground. So obviously, that's how the work is going to be done. But what they're doing basically is they're joining both neighborhoods so that you can drive from within the 72nd Boulevard end, and then you can drive straight here at the Peace Island. Now, let me show you this structure for both of those of you who know the 72nd portion. If you look at that building, you will notice that when you're driving along the 72nd Boulevard Road, you usually see a tall building on your right hand side on the far right. That's the building right over there. So it just tells you that these three neighborhoods are all connected, and it's just a matter of road connectivity. So that's why you are not seeing, or you're not having access to these neighborhoods. And it's simply because they are divided by swamp, by water. You're seeing the water there, but again, the machines are working tirelessly. The engineers are doing everything possible. When the rainy season comes, this place gets very flooded. But again, just so we give you a glimpse of the work that's ongoing. So one of the trucks, like I said, from the top of the hill, from the top of the hill, the trucks removing the dirt, and then they're taking the same very dirt and placing the dirt in that particular location to join both neighborhoods. Let's make our way back on the road where the demolition is taking place, so you have a glimpse of the work that is ongoing. But if you look at this structure, if you just zoom out and look at these structures, they've all been broken. They've been brought down to create way for the work that is ongoing. Also on the other end, a lot of homes have been brought down. This is a very tall hill that I believe it will be reduced as the construction continues. This particular hill will be reduced also to ensure that the trucks or the vehicles working here can have access. So we want to try and make our way right back where we started, but we just wanted to show you the connection between both neighborhoods, like we've just done. So I want to see if we can talk to the engineer there. If once he can maybe bring us up to speed and tell us, how the work is being done, what they intend to do as it relates to this project. This is going to be massive. I mean, the main Tottenham Boulevard is getting a new facelift with 2 overpass bridges at the same time. The Peace Island, Paco Island, 72nd Boulevard will all be linked in, connected. I wish we could read out some of your comments, but some of the comments can be very hilarious. I mean, obviously, why would the engineers break down homes if they don't want to expand the road? And because I mentioned safety concerns, like I said, homes don't necessarily have to be clustered or closer to the road. So, of course, that's why they have to create a certain distance away from the road so that homes can be safe. Are you saying that safety is not a priority? As homes that are clustered to the road, very close to the road, should not get space? I don't understand, but respectfully, you have the right to leave your comments. But again, let's make our way back. Let's make our way back quickly where we were. Double up. All right, so we're back where we started. Just so you have a look, we are back where we started. The trucks still taking dirt to fill the swamp. The trucks are still taking dirt to fill the swamp. But let's go back. But while we move back, we can go back and show you the demolition. The demolition continues, so we're going to go back and show you the demolition. So what we've not gotten is the specifics, the engineering specifics, the design of the road, or diagrams, blueprints, or whatever. We've not gotten any details like that yet. What's going to be, how many lanes, and all of that. But for the fact that it's being expanded, homes are being broken, it tells you they're obviously going to enlarge the road. But at the same time, there's a portion of this road that's already paved, so I think it's just going to join both of them or enlarge the entire portion. But 11 a.m. this morning, these structures were still up. These structures that you're looking at around 11 a.m. they were still up, but there you have it. They're all down. The excavator is moving fast. We're moving farther in the middle of the road already. This entire building. Folks, we're sorry for the breaking. Just to show you. Huh? Let's go right back to demolition, guys. Let's go right back and show you the demolition works continues. If you've been here before, you know Peace Island. This is it. A lot of the homes that are built here are just makeshift structures. They're not permanent structures. So if you're looking, it's not taking the excavator a lot of work. It's not taking the excavator a lot of work to bring some of these homes down. So careful, careful. But please leave your comments. Tell us what you make. There are a lot of bystanders. Residents. That grievance is also some of the residents here have issues that they've not been compensated for their structures. But come to think of it, also this particular neighborhood is actually a neighborhood where those residing here are considered squatters. If you know the history of this place, the 540 area, you all know that residents here are actually squatters. There are also electricity connectivity in the way, cables from the LEC, all of that. I think some of these, obviously, the connectivity will have to be rerouted. The electricity cables will have to be rerouted. These towers, these pillows, you know, the poles, of course, will have to be rerouted eventually as the demolition continues, or the road construction itself continues. Self-demolition taking place. The fellow there is trying to make sure we can remove the zinc, probably preserve some of them before the machine does the actual damage. So we're going to go as far as the main junction itself, and then can end the broadcast from here. Actually, hard work, obviously, to remove some of these structures. After the demolition itself takes place, there's also going to be clearing works that's going to be done by the Ministry of Public Works also as part of the road construction process. That's quite some serious work, obviously. And of course, it's in this demolish the structure. The residents still in the structure. Residents still in the structure that's about to be demolished. The public works folks have to go in there, make sure we can get everyone out of the place. I don't understand how this is happening, but I'm of the conviction the residents here were informed. Of course, those that just left the structure or kids, but the engineers had to pause and make sure they could get them out safely before the work itself continues. So let's see if we can try to read out some of your comments. Read out some of your comments as we drive on. Of course, as he says, very good. I hope you'll come to People City, Maryland County. Of course, the construction work will go to the southeast also. That's a nice one. Someone says LT just discontinued their post. Is concerned that the electricity connectivity is not structural. We don't have control over the internet. Ivan Couture said our video has a glitch, but unfortunately we don't have control over the internet. But we'll work on that. Probably switch networks. And someone said we are getting there. First, congratulations to the government. That Daniel G. Zawu says we're getting there. And then OG Snapdwa said, well, we're not interested in this one. Prince Kwei says great initiative. Otto says Otto says Uncle Joe, how many times did I call you? We'll get up on the screen. This what call will give you. Well, Esther Yeke says she's watching us from Transit RIA community. Let's go closer. RIA community. And then Daniel Helmer says he's watching us from Minnesota, USA. Daniel is watching us from Minnesota, USA. He says God bless. And then Eminem Week says. And then Sewon Wola says great job. Of course, George Pala says great job. Cyrus Miawo says great job. Newon Roosevelt, innovative. David says follow closely from Kanta. And then OD Snippet Dwell says you're everything that. Well, lots of comments. OD Spandwa. The name is trusting. He says, be exact if the road will expand or the ministry just trying to break down people's homes due to safety matter. I don't understand. I also don't know how you understand this, but it is for both purposes. They're breaking down structures to expand the road and also to ensure that homes are not clustered or closer to the road for safety concerns. Both are applicable here in this case. I hope you understand. So those are just a few comments. I'm reading to you just so you have an understanding. But thanks for leaving your comments in the comment section. Continue leaving your comments to read out to tell you what continues. But we're still showing you the demolition process, structures that are in the way here. Residents are still standing in the way, not necessarily protesting, and it's not that they are a lot of folks are already broke down their own structures themselves. So I don't understand how as the machine continues to carry out the demolition process. So the operator has been asked. The operator has been asked to slow down a little bit. He has been asked to stop. So now, earlier these folks were told to remove their stuff, but again, you know, the last minute to the time kind of thing. So they have asked the operator of the machine to wait a little bit, so they can relocate some of that important stuff. And then there's a police officer who is also amongst the Ministry of Public Works folks helping to enforce the demolition. You gotta go on that. So there you have them now removing the structures. This isn't like a situation where the individuals were not informed, but sometimes the folks with the Ministry of Public Works are kind of passionate also, and okay, we will let you carry out whatever you're doing, we'll return. Once we return, and we're going to bring down the structure and breathe, and that's it. Folks are still slow. Please, let's talk to.
I'm not getting the spec.
Okay, but like the work that you guys are doing at all.
Trying to create. We should have 2 lanes going. We should have
Let's do it on the side.
our drainage system and sidewalk for pedestrians to use.
Okay.
So that's why we are enlarging the road. And it's possible that government will see this road and redesign it. Probably we might use asphalt in the future. So we don't want to come back, so we want to maintain our space for now.
Understood. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. How are you, sir? Thank you very much. So, I mean, like, you guys are also joining these 2 communities. You got the Peace Island, Paco Island, and then 72nd eventually, right?
This process, the project is a long one.
Yeah.
The first one is to get it from here to the swamp. Then we connect the Paco and the Peace Island. Then eventually, from Paco Island, we're going to extend it to Boulevard Junction. From Boulevard Junction, there's another detour to SD Cooper Road. Then we'll bring it back to Marco Francis Road. Yeah.
And you think the distance away from the road is quite sufficient for the structures you're breaking down?
Yes.
Okay.
We have our working space. It's okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So that was it. We just spoke to one of the engineers, just at least to hear something from him. Just to hear something from him. Huh? Whose house? Oh, really? That's sad. So folks, more structures still being brought down here as we continue. More structures are still being brought down as we continue. Currently we're still in the Peace Island area where these structures are being brought down to enlarge the road for the construction. Small? Okay. Yeah, we apologize for the audio being distorted. I guess it should be okay now. I guess the sound should be okay now. But kindly tell us if it's better now. Kindly tell us, please. Yeah, I think it's okay now, folks. I think the sound is now okay. Lots of bystanders, folks. Lots of bystanders. I mean, residents are all standing by. Of course, in a heartbreaking moment, of course, to see their structures being brought down. But at the same time, for development purpose, obviously. Like you always hear the famous phrase, development comes with pain, of course. All right. So let's move on. Of course, that structure has already been brought down. But we'll move on to the next ones. Let's continue. Let's try again. I guess it should be okay now. I guess it should be okay by now. What it looks like. So let's move on, guys. From one structure to the other, the process continues. Keep watching. From one structure to the other, the machine keeps breaking down structures as we continue. Once we get to the mid junction itself, and then we can end the broadcast. Yeah, of course, self-demolition still taking place. Kind of appears that they didn't have sufficient time, but they probably did, but decided to wait till last minute to the time from what it looks like. still on Peace Island, still showing you demolition work as the Ministry of Public Works is playing roles in this particular location. So the engineers will now refill the machine. The process continues. It's going to take quite some time. Long day here, of course, since the work started this morning at around 10 a.m. And we've been live streaming to you here on ELBC Radio 99.9 FM. But there is sound. My voice is being heard, so basically so while the folks refill the machine, we want to hold in here a little bit, see if we can talk to a few bystanders who will be willing to talk to us. But of course, currently the atmosphere here is not a good one. Lots of the residents here are disenchanted, of course. Their structures are being brought down. Their structures are being brought down. Their homes are being broken. How are you? You got structures that they bring it down? Let me see your own.
Yes, sir.
Is that yours? What's your name, by the way?
My name is George Parker.
Mr. Parker, what do you make of this process?
This is development and you can't fight the government. The government have to do their work.
I know you're feeling sad, your structure is being...
Very sad. Let me tell you something. The government is not doing well for us. In a sense, to Hotel Africa, they give people money there.
Yeah.
Then why this place?
But you didn't get your money.
No, but right when you spend 20 years somewhere, but right, in the Republic of Liberia, they say when you and woman stay together for a while, but right, you and him, when you get property, you're bound to share the property.
So you were expecting at least the government will get you something?
If not the full amount.
But you know that you're squatting, right?
I know very well. I know very well. But in a sense, the government have to compensate its citizen. Okay? I'm not against it. Okay? I'm not against it. I'm a citizen. I can hire myself. I'm a citizen. But the people have to do their work. You know, the people we develop today, the nation need go tomorrow. Okay? So I'm not against it.
Thank you very much.
Well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Your name was?
My name is George Parker.
All right, Mr. Parker. George Parker there, one of the victims, if I may call him that. But he's recommending compensation after staying here for ages. Folks moving structures from here and there, moving structures, folks running here to scatter. So you heard from one of the victims there. One of the victims, we don't have a choice. The government has to do its work. We can't stay in the way of development. So there is nothing we can do about it. We're only recommending compensation for the fact that we stayed on this property for a reasonable amount of time now. But again, it's known that this particular portion of land belongs to the government of Liberia, and those residing here are only squatters.
know they call it out. I feel like
right? Still making sure that nothing tangible and everyone are removing their structures. He even had to go grab his chicks that were seeking shelter in one of the structures, chew them to the side. They're still coming back though. When you stay somewhere and you're comfortable with the place, you don't want to leave easily. That's the situation with these chicks. They're back. They live from the public box in the street trying to make sure they can leave so they don't get affected, but they've gone back. So we're moving gradually, folks. They're still breaking down structures. And of course, there are wires, tension cables in the right of way, so and some of these cables will have to be removed eventually. Man, that's cool.
When I go back, one or two things. Yeah, my wedding.
So there are some folks who were in the know of this process. In fact, everyone were in the know, but there are some folks who went ahead and did what I can call self-demolition. So their structures are not being affected like this one you're looking at.
So thank you for following us. It is LNTV Liberia Live, and we are coming to you live from the 540, the Peace Island community, where Public Works is carrying on demolition process to clear alleyways in this Peace Island community, and the movement is to improve access for residents. This exercise forms part of government's ongoing effort to improve community access roads and drainage in densely populated areas. The open alleyways will allow free movement of pedestrians to improve sanitation, enable emergency service to easily reach homes within the community. And we been here with the Public Works. As you can see, the machine, their work have been carrying on. Demolition of these structures that are on the way to be removed before the pavement of the road. So this community was actually occupied during the end of the 2003 war, where they have residents trying to find refuge, and they came here and they are just cutting on this government property. This is not a place that was brought by these citizens, but everyone is complaining and asking for compensation. So this is government property, and you can see as close as these structures are being close to the building. Very close to the road. For human safety, they have to be removed to carry out this work. This is a very great effort going on by the Public Works. Machine has been here since this morning. And yesterday we started this broadcast to show you the ongoing activities of the Public Works. Closer. So we trying to hold on because it seems to be like there are kids in the house yet. Still have people in the house, and they're trying to find out if people are actually in there to remove them. So the machine is on hold. It's not easy to remove people from where they have lived, their activities, childhood memories, and what that is, it is. Government have to carry on their work to improve this road. So they are trying to make sure that there is no one in that house before the work can go on. So we are still waiting to see. They are being confirmed that there is no one in there, so no one is in there, so the work started again. Actually, we have a lot of standing by here. They are watching the process, following the process. As the machine moves, they move on. This structure was built for a drugstore. As you can see, it's written on it, God Bless Medicine Store. And on the other side is Collins Successful Business Center, very close to the road. I don't know where they have chances to even sit and wait for buyers to come in, because it's very close to the road. They have to be removed for their own safety. So let's go through the comment section a little bit. We have Matthew W. Brown. He said everybody wants compensation for doing the wrong thing, building in alleyways. And we have Luis and Kozeba. Let him go to CDC party headquarters for compensation. Well, we also have Martin W. Brown is asking my colleague, how far is the Hotel Africa demolition starting? As soon as that exercise starts, LNTV will actually bring you that update, but yet we still wait for government to proceed. And here we have Archie Sony. We have Edwin Weyer. I'm so sorry for the demolition. People of Peace Island, it's not easy to come in arms with pain yet. We have Daniel Dwell. He said he's responding to somebody, and we can read that. And we also have Archie Sony. We earlier wanted to read his comments, but the internet was tripping, and he said so people actually built story buildings in the alleyway. Oh yes, we have huge sculptures. Sculptures are built right in this community, right on the roadway, very close to the street. And Fala Maya says, open the road. And Kimani Fandua said, political will is what you need to develop Liberia, and JNB is strong. And Rufus Quina says, fix it, Wakai, fix it. And we also have Kwawu Johnson. It is better now. I think it's actually referring to the sound. Okay. Sir Johnson said development comes with pain. Yes. And Sekou Tukle is saying, good afternoon. I'm watching you from Monrovia, Burrowville, Bancho, Old Road, GNB 12 year all the way. God bless you more and more again. And Sir Johnson, good morning guys. I'm watching you from Columbia, Maryland, USA. So if you just joining us, we are coming to you live from the Peace Island community. where Public Works is trying to open the alley that will connect this community to the 72nd community boulevard. That's the 72nd boulevard. But the demolition process have to go on first before the road expansion can take place. So this is what you are seeing, the Public Works carrying on the demolition from these structures are being built right close to the road, right on the alleyways. So they have to be removed before the works go on. Emmanuel Kelmo say splendid. And CDJ Ojawi say say very good. I hope you come to Libo, Maryland County because the road too small here. Yes, government is actually carrying on a lot of road expansion projects all over the country. It's not only in Monrovia. So as we have it on, some are going in Lofa County. You have Grand G there. So actually Maryland will also have that opportunity as soon that plans get to where it's supposed to hit. Daniel G. Zhao say we are getting there, folks. Congratulations. There are a lot of comments here that actually are welcoming. So from Otto, you say, Uncle Joe, Uncle Joe, Uncle Joe. How many times did I call you, JNB? That was 3 times. And he followed said, all I can say is long life, good health, and strength is what God will give you. You will live to complete your dream for this country. Amen. And then we have Arthur, the best smart 2029 show for JNB. Somebody is watching from Minnesota, USA. Daniel Hammer. So all these snap dwellers be aside if the road will expand or the ministry just trying to break down people's homes due to safety matter. I don't think so. Government will just send their employee to just come destroy homes without improving. There's a need to improve. That's why they are trying to put in place the right procedures. These are the right procedure. Before you expand this road, you will have to take away some of these unwanted building that is built very close to the road. And these buildings cannot be here if you want a wide length of road to lead you to 72nd community. So keep following LNTV. We stay here with the folks from the Public Works while they carry on their work, and we are here to show you this process.
say president, you know before. No, don't say we. I say we.
So we keep moving forward as the machine move on, and we've been all the way down, and we actually moving very close to the road. As you can see, some of them are taking their own initiative to remove their wanted material that they want from the building. So this process did not just come when they were sleeping and wake up in the morning and saw public works carry on this exercise. I'm sure this process started from awareness that government was going to come into this community to carry on an expansion process of this road, and actually was going to also carry on a demolition from those that have built on the road. And the marks on the walls, you can see from public works, they're always marking the buildings that to give them awareness that we are coming to remove this building. So if you have a chance, you can remove. But there's a lady there, she's actually fighting for herself right now because she waited for last minute to turn, thinking that government will not come. They're just talking. So they say we always have people like that. They don't believe that government will ever come. So I don't know how you're going to come, because very close. The machine is not even far from this house. She's trying to remove the zinc, and I don't know why a window bar she want to remove there. The machine is taking a little break, so we stay. So a long way to go, very long way to go, as the public works.
For 1 hour 20 minutes.
Yeah, almost. We have gone an hour plus with this broadcast, just to give you a clear information, a clear view on what is unfolding from the public works in the Peace Island community. And just a reminder again, this exercise forms part of the government ongoing effort to improve community access roads and drainage in densely populated areas. The open alleys will allow free movement, improve sanitation, and enable, because you can see some of these structures are not even built for the city. That is Monrovia, that is the capital city of Monrovia, of Liberia, and you have this kind of buildings still being very close to the road. I don't think it's necessary for some of these roads to be around here. If you want to improve this road, well designed and paved road, you cannot have this kind of building. So you can see we have some of them. They actually built a huge concrete 2, 3, 4 stories building well on government property, well aware that when the government will come to take this and have improvements to better Liberia, but yet they will still sit there and just do what they want to do. And when government come, then they are complaining on compensation. I don't know if you just want to do it because you want government to come and give you money, and you know it's not, you didn't even paid for the land, you only build on the land just because you say it was war time. War has ended a long time. We've gone on with 30 years plus since the war ended. you have your homes. If from Lofa County, you can afford land in Monrovia, you can afford land back home. And if you can afford land as a Marylander, you can go back to Maryland. You still have family members there too. In Lofa County. So not just Maryland, but you have Bon County people living here. You have people from Grand Bassa. You have people from other parts of Liberia who just came here to settle in the name of refuge during the end of the 2000 war. That's the World War I, World War II, and World War III. There were people came here to find refuge. And the war has ended a long time ago. So why can't you find a place to go and resettle? Why you can't go back home? Why you can't go back to some place where you can live comfortably with your family? They have like kids here with them. Some of them have even built schools in order to educate, but it is not ready to standard. The kind of school structure that we are seeing here, the kind of church structure that we are seeing here, the building itself that they are living is not even meant for the city. So everybody cannot live in Monrovia. Everybody cannot live in the city. Find a way to go back home, settle. Life can even improve anywhere as long as God is with you and you are strong. You can do exactly what you are doing here, you know. So come talk of that huge building that somebody just waste money, all because they didn't pay for the land, so they just build, you know. You don't even have a space. I don't know where the kids can even play here. But I'm not even seeing anything in the playground, no yard. Everybody just build in land.
The homes are clustered.
Yeah, rooms are clustered together, no space, you know. So sorry, but actually,
Imagine a fire incident and you're expecting a fire truck to come somewhere here. It's just one way. You can't go between the houses. Yeah, you can't go between the houses.
Very close to each other. Actually, that's a fact, you know. If just a little fire outbreak take place here, it's not going to be an instant loss. Life will go away, properties will spoil, damage will take place. So you have to imagine all of that, and that's why our government is trying to put in place safety matters to remove these people and find a way out to better this one country we call home, Liberia. So this is LNTV, Anthony Williams. I'm Tamar Fofana. We are coming to you live with the public works from the Peace Island community where demolition exercise is taking place to pave and expand this road all the way across to that will reach all the way to the 72nd. So we are going to come to the very end. We have a break schedule. So we are going to come to an end of this exercise. We have gone almost 1 hour plus to give you this update from the Ministry of Public Works. And this is NNTV. We've been coming to you live with Anthony Williams. He started this broadcast. So this is the Peace Island community, and the road expansion process is taking place ready by the public works. The government is doing well with road expansion, road improvements all over Liberia. So we say thank you for following. Wherever somebody asks for the Hotel Africa Road, as soon that project starts, NNTV will be live. So keep following us from wherever you are, Liberia. Thank you for following us.